I feel like if I tried to highlight the accomplishments of our next guest, it would just take the entire segment. So here's the Coles notes. He's an astronaut, the first Canadian to walk in space, a top test pilot. He served as commander of the International Space Station. His memoir is amazing. He's written a kid's book that all three of my children absolutely love. And if you haven't put two and two together, if you don't recognize him there, obviously I'm talking about Chris Hadfield, who is sure to be launching back onto the bestsellers list with his newest novel. This one is called The Defector, and it is a treat to have Chris back in studio with us this morning, who's made time in his incredibly busy schedule for us. Great to see you.
Great to see you, Kelsey. I'm glad your kids love The Darkest Dark. That's lovely to hear.
They do. So last time you were on the show, it was for your debut novel, The Apollo Murders. Now you're back with this new one, The Defector. So I want a spoiler-free version of what fans can expect. I did see one reviewer compared it to a mix of Top Gun meets The Hunt for Red October, so you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, it starts in Israel, the Yom Kippur War, which is actually, we're right on the anniversary of that right now. And all of that real-world geopolitics happening, but something was happening up over top of Israel that is the kickoff to The Defector. And then that story moves from the tumult of Israel all the way out to the secret areas of the Nevada desert. Area 51, Groom Lake, and a top secret nuclear program that was going on there. And all of that is real. Every single one of those things was really happening at the time. And then I took my characters from the Apollo murder, Kaz and Svetlana, and wove them through a plot of all of those real things into an action-packed conclusion I think you're going to love. So yeah, I'm really happy with the book.
It seems like you really love the book too. You're excited.
What I love when I'm writing is to have all of these things that happen and then just push it one step further. What might have happened? What could have happened? What really did happen that just triggers my mind to another little plot twist or a new type of character to bring in? And I love my recurring characters. They're with me all the time. They're like my consultant sitting on my shoulder all the time. But weaving that through, it's like a jigsaw puzzle where I sort of know what the final picture is going to be, and I also get to choose the puzzle piece shapes, you know, and so there's a great sense of constant problem solving as you write the book. But I'm really happy with how it came out.
Speaking of real-life events, I'm not sure if a lot of our viewers and Canadians know this about you. I didn't know this. You were a Cold War fighter pilot. So I've read this. You did the first ever F-18 intercept of a Soviet Bear bomber, and I don't even know what that means, but it sounds really official. So what does it mean?
So during the Cold War, between the Soviet Union and the rest of the world, they would fly huge bombers called Bears that were practicing releasing missiles on North America. And we had to go out and intercept them before they could get to the line where they could release those missiles. And I was, for Canada, the Canadian Air Force, I was a CF-18 fighter pilot, and I would live in the alert facility. We would get scrambled in the middle of the night. From dead sleep, you had to be airborne in 12 minutes. If you can imagine, the next time you wake up, in 12 minutes, you have to be dressed, ready, and flying an F-18. And you know, about as long as it takes to brush your teeth. Anyway, and then go out and intercept an armed Soviet bomber off the coast of Newfoundland. And I did that 8 different times, and I was the very first time an F-18 ever did that. I did it along with one other pilot. So that gave me, actually, it's a really useful service for defense of our country, but also a lot of deep background than when I'm writing a book like The Defector.
Yeah, you're in a really unique spot because you know exactly what it is to be up in the air. You also know what it's like to be writing a book about something that you know like the back of your hand. So I imagine research-wise, you were telling me off the air, it takes about 2 years to get this book out. For your next book, because we know there's going to be one, where are you at research-wise?
The research is a lovely phase because I learn a huge amount, and I'm a lifelong student and learner, and it's when you're actually reading the real detailed history that you come across these little nuggets of like, oh, that would be fun for the book, or gosh, I didn't even know that person existed. And from the next book, the third book in the Apollo Murders series. There's a character I've come across that's going to be pivotal in the book. And then all these little things that you now got sort of percolating in the back of your head. And it's almost like like one of those games at the fair where the little targets pop up and you go, oh, hey, that little target, that one's going to be good, that one's going to be good. And when you get enough of those, then you can actually start writing the meat of the plot itself. And those characters are with me always. My main characters, you know, they're always there helping me understand what's going on. So all the things that I've done so far in life, I'm really enjoying this subset of things in what it takes to write thriller fiction.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, because we sure are, as your fans. Chris, it's great to have you in studio today.
Thanks, Kelsey. Appreciate it.
The book, by the way, is called The Defector. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.